In today's video, I'm sharing with you how to filter your Ravelry search results by the designer's home country. So if that sounds like just your cup of tea, get cozy and let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to the Wool Needles Hands Knitting podcast. My name is Taylor, and I will be your host. Now, a couple of things I want to address off the just one thing, honestly, really, and it's this microphone. So this is the microphone I typically use when I record videos. However, I'm always trying to keep it out of frame, just because I don't like the way that it looks in frame, or I didn't think I liked the way that it looks in frame, but it always makes getting audio you got to get it right, and it's a little bit more difficult because it sits further away from my mouth. I'm trying this out today. This doesn't necessarily mean I'm always going to have this microphone in the frame, but I'm trying it out for today's video, especially since most of what we're going to be doing today is over on Ravelry. So I'm going to be a face cam and you're going to see what I see on my computer screen. So I just wanted to test it out and see how the audio works. Now, for today's video, I want to share with you guys another way to filter your Ravelry search results. Now, we use Ravelry here all the time when it comes to sharing pattern rundowns, when it comes to sharing Ravelry search features, when I've played Ravelry roulette in the past. And today's kind of going to be a little bit of a Ravelry roulette in the sense that we're going to be picking from countries randomly. Now, allow me to explain. In the last video, I talked to you about my recent fascination with Japanese knitwear design, and I shared with you some Japanese knitwear designs and knitwear designers. And I didn't really go into any detail about how I narrowed down my search to find those designers. And I figured I would do that. I did this a little bit over on the Patreon, kind of going into a dive, if you will, into this. But I wanted to do it here to share with you not only how to filter out your search results by the designer's country, but what that means in terms of using Ravelry to seek inspiration. I feel like so often when we go on Ravelry, whether we're using the Ravid app on our, mobile devices, or if we're using our desktop and we're looking through the hot right now on Ravelry, we are given the most popular or trending items. Now that is, unless of course you're filtering out your search for something very specific. If you're just clicking on the browse option on your Ravelry search results, chances are you're going to be given what is trending. And what is trending is going to be what the majority it's going to come from a majority, right? Whether it's the majority of clicks, the majority of downloads, what's most popular, the country with the most Ravelry patterns on there, which is the United States. So you're going to be given a lot of that. And a lot of the times when we look through the Ravelry hot right now, or even if you're searching best match, if you go to Ravelry advanced search, in fact, I'm going to do this for you right now just so that you can understand what I'm talking about here. So let me pull up my screen. We're going to be doing this a lot today. Okay, so here we are on the Ravelry search page. Now, if you're using Ravelry from a desktop or a laptop or something like that, meaning you're not using a third-party app on a cell phone, this is where you find your patterns. If you just want to browse and you have no particular pattern in mind, what you do is you go here to advanced search, okay? And then this takes you here. And this is a great place to just browse. Now, typically Ravelry will show you what is hot right now, okay? This is trending, or it will show you what is best match. Now, best match is kind of going to default to hot right now if you're not typing anything into the field box over here or filtering your search in any given way. So if you don't have any filters and nothing typed in here, best match is really going to mirror hot right now, because they want to put the most popular things in front of you because they know those are getting a reaction. It's just like, it's like any social media platform. That's just how the algorithms work. Now, if we stick to this, if we just stick to whatever it gives us by default, you're going to notice that scrolling through this, and I'm going to make these larger thumbnails. You're going to notice that scrolling through this, you're seeing a lot of similar designers you're very familiar with. Now, some in here I'm not familiar with, and I think that's fantastic. But then you're going to get Petite Knit, Suzanne Mueller, Joji Locatelli. The ranunculus is always, I feel like it's always in the top 10. This one right here, this design by Yumiko Alexander, this is in the top 15 right now. And I just talked about that on that Japanese knitwear designer video. And I'm wondering if maybe that's why it's up here, which I think is awesome. But you're going to see, let's see, Rosa Pomar, Florence Miller, again, Petite Knit, Caitlin Hunter, Tanis Lavely. The emotional support chicken is always in the top for a very good reason. Oh, cool. Reiko Kuramura. She was another one I talked about. But you see what I mean, is that you're getting, okay, cool. I'm getting a lot more Asian and Japanese knitwear designers. I'm hoping my video had an influence there because it's such an amazing rabbit hole to go down. Okay, but you gather what I'm telling you here is that you're going to see a lot of familiar faces. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you want to see what's hot right now, what's trending, and that's great. But if you feel like you're inundated with hot right now or similar looks, similar trends, and you're just trying to escape the trendy and open your eyes to a broader selection, that's kind of what we're doing today. Is I'm using this filter option as a way to allow people to broaden their search and their perspective on what is available in terms of knitwear design on Ravelry. Because what you see here, I mean, look, this is 1,398,128 designs. Over 1 million designs are here for you, okay, from the best match. And I believe that that is just going to be your overall, right? Like, I don't think that if I rank this from A to Z, it's like 1.3 or 1.4 million search results is what you're going to have. And so that's a ton. How about we figure out a way to see what's beyond trending? Now you could go, if you wanted to, I mean, obviously most popular is going to give you the most popular designs. If you don't see something here that you've seen before, I would be very, very surprised. If you go to, let's see, most favorites, this means people have favorited this most often. Obviously, very popular designs, things you've seen before. Going to best match does a pretty good job of keeping things relatively with the times. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be the most popular designer. It means it's whatever is trending at the moment. Okay, but let's say you want to shake that up a little bit. And that's kind of what I like to do from time to time. And in the case of my last video, I wanted to narrow my search down to Japan. I really wanted to focus on Japanese knitwear designers. And this is how I did that. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to crack this open because I'm thirsty. And my beverage of choice today, I apologize, is Pomelo Sparkling Water by Sanzo. You see these? I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anybody except for the lovely members over on Patreon. Check it out if you're interested in additional content. But I just discovered these and I absolutely love them. Okay, I wanted to make sure that was open. All right, off to the races. Now, you know what it has? I might be wrong. The initial hit off of this, that's the wrong phrasing, especially considering what I'm about to say. But the initial flavor profile you get, or the initial flavor you get here with this combination is marijuana. Focus. So I want to show you how you can filter this out by the designer's home country. Couple things to keep in mind. Just by filtering this out by the designer's home country does not mean that you are going to get every designer of that ethnic background. And it actually still means that you will get designers who are not of, for example, if I narrow this down by Japan, I'm not going to get every Japanese knitwear designer just because I put the home country as Japan, and not every knitwear designer I discover is going to be Japanese. What it means is that that person is based in the country of Japan. So this isn't the surefire way to narrow it down to all Japanese knitwear designers. I don't actually think there's a filter that filters the designer by their ethnicity, and I just don't think that there is. In fact, I mean, I can look. Yeah, no, there's nothing like that. You can filter it by language selection, but that's not always going to work because you're going to find that there are patterns from other countries that are written in languages from even different countries to the one that the pattern comes from, right? So what this does is it provides you with patterns that come from a person who is based in a particular country. Now, chances are that person will be of that nationality, whether if it's focused on patterns and designers coming from Japan, that person will most likely be Japanese. However, there will be people that are living in Japan, that is their home, but they are not Japanese, if this matters. Okay, if this matters. The reason why this is cool is because you get to see patterns that come from and are obviously going to be influenced by that home country, whether they're influenced by the culture, whether they're influenced by just aesthetic in general. It's going to have some kind of influence, and it's really fun to see the variety. It's just like when you travel, right? You travel to various different places and it opens your mind to different aesthetics, different vibes, different cultural art and all of this. And I think it's a really cool way to explore, you know, being like a couch, what do they call those people? Like couch exploration, couch explorers, who knows? It's just kind of a fun way to do that. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so here we go. Without further ado, I'm here on the Ravelry pattern search. Now, the place that I do this is over here on the far left in this column. I'm not going to type anything in here. If you try to type in Japanese, if we're just sticking with Japanese, right? If I type in Japanese, you're going to get things that have either Japanese in the name, Japanese in the description. Maybe it's something that is inspired by something that is Japanese, like these dumpling bags or knot bags. It's not going to give you, it's not the results you're looking for.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
So avoid typing anything in here unless, of course, you are looking for something incredibly specific. All right, so we're going to leave that blank. And we're going to just go back to our 1.4 million results. Now over here where it says jump to a filter, this is a really easy way to just get to your filter without having to scroll down. I'm going to go all the way down to right here where it says designer country. I'm going to click on that. Now what I can do is I can go here and I can select a country from this list of countries. But for today's video, we're going to keep it interesting and I'm going to choose a country at random. So over here, I have a random country picker wheel and it can be narrowed down by continent, but I'm just going to do everything. Okay, so I have it narrowed by all countries. We're going to spin it and see what we get. And I'm going to turn that off so it's not so loud. Zambia. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're going to select Zambia. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. There is Zambia. I have one match. This is interesting. It's interesting because it makes you realize that, first of all, Ravelry is not necessarily something that everybody in the world is using, right? And you also have to think about the craft and where is the craft located? Where is the craft less prevalent? This is just interesting. It's kind of an interesting way and lens of looking at the world in terms of like the knitting community and the knitting crochet fiber arts community and the craft itself. I also wanted to mention too over here, you can choose this to exclude particular countries. Like maybe you want to find patterns that are from anywhere but the United States or anywhere but Canada or whatever. You can exclude a country. We're not doing that today. Let's see what is available from Zambia. I apologize. The Momo top. This is by Mayesi Zulu. She doesn't have any information there, but this is her pattern here. This is a pattern inspired by the top Momo from the K-pop group Twice, wore in the song Alcohol Free. It is not exactly the same, but it's very similar. This top is made to measure, so it can be made for anyone. I would wear it at the beach, but it can also be worn in other places if you like. I used about 1.5 skeins of 50 grams of yarn for a general size medium, but this differs from person to person. Cute. I'm curious to know what this K-pop group Twice, let's see what this Twice Alcohol Free. What is this? Oh my gosh, I love K-pop videos. I'm gonna get copyright stricken. Okay, let's just scroll until we find the top that looks similar. No? There, right there. Right. Okay, here it comes. There, right there. Look, see? So if we go back, look at, she's got the crisscross in the front. Crisscross in the front. So cool. Okay, so that is the Momo top from Zambia. Let's do some more. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna edit country. Oh, I gotta pick randomly. Let's do it again. Done. Okay. Here we go. Malaysia. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to look at Malaysia. Here we go. 869 matches. One thing to pay attention to is color. The general vibe of the clothing, like what kind of clothing is it? Think about the climate in this particular region of the world. These are all things that will have, like, that your region, your culture, all of these will have influences on. And it's really cool to kind of see that come forward when you look at the knitwear designs coming from a particular place. So this is from Malaysia. I'm sorry, I have to click on this because it's gorgeous. A Walk to Remember. It's a shawl. Look at the colors. And what a gorgeous shawl. I love the way it's being worn right here. So cool. So this is by Lily Go. Okay. Let's get a general gist. This is really cute. The raglan pullover. Yeah. It's funny. It's cool because like you get an idea of how this craft, fiber arts in general, we're looking at knitting and crochet here, but how it's done there and for what purposes. Lots of shawls, lots of airy things, lots of toys. At least on this first page. Let's go a couple pages in. See if things change at all. Lots of crochet. And you can narrow this down further, right? So like you can narrow this down to clothing. If you really want to just focus on clothing and not see all of the other things, you can narrow it down to that. If we really want to focus it on the craft in general being knitting, maybe we want, let's just do knitting. Okay. Yeah. So you can get knitting clothing. Oh, how cute. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. Look at this. Do you hear Pepper? She's having a doggy dream. How pretty. The shape of that is really lovely. Okay, going back. So this is Malaysia. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Too cute. Lots of children's clothes. This is lovely. Oh, I like that. You know, this sleeve situation, look at this. Oops, sorry. Look at that. It's like a serious like drop shoulder. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that. I would love to see the way this looks on the back. Oh, that's lovely. This is called the V sweater. Huh. Very cool. A free pattern too, by the way. The V sweater. And then a skirt. Oh, loving that. Okay, so this is Malaysia. We get a little bit of an idea of what's coming. And, you know, this isn't supposed to be like an exhaustive deep dive. I'm doing this to inspire you to go down the rabbit hole yourself, right? And but get a glimpse of, notice as we go from country to country, the change in vibe and aesthetic. Notice that because it's really interesting. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this off and this off. Oops, I didn't mean to take that off. I meant to take this one off. Okay, we're going to do designer country. We're going to go back over here. We're going to do it again. Montenegro. Okay. Oops. Montenegro. 38 matches. Okay. Whoa. What? What a fun thing to wear for Halloween. How gorgeous is this? Just the whole picture. This red hair. This is so cool. I'm adding this to something. I don't know. What do I put this in? Holiday? Do I have like a holiday? Yeah, I do. I love that. Halloween bat mask. Okay, Montenegro. Oh, this is pretty. Very cool. Oh my God, those straps though. I feel like those oof. And also too, like this thing is loose. If one of those straps breaks, oh, it's cute though. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, see, look at this has like a variety. We got a variety here. This is cool. What is this? Okay. I love this. Easter egg flower. You can decorate your little Easter eggs. What's this? What do we have here? Cool. Dress lace coins. All right, that's all we have for Montenegro. Very limited, very limited. Some pretty stuff, pretty shawl. What is this one? That's cool. This is by Smolina Yana. Oh, she's the one that has the Batwing mask. Okay. So you can get kind of a gist of the vibe coming out of Montenegro right now. It is very limited, but it's cool. And another thing I haven't really done much is we have to look at how many designers we have. So we have Svetlana Shantareva and Smolina Yana. Do we have anything else? Because that's Katerina Lindberg. Katerina Lindberg, Irina Molodova. Very few. There's 4 designers here, right? So we might have 38 designs. It doesn't mean we have 38 designers. 4 designers from Montenegro, or at least that are listing Montenegro as their home country. Okay, let's do another one. North Korea. North Korea. I don't know if I've even seen that on here. No. Interesting. We can do Korea, the Republic of Korea. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned this. Oh my. Okay. So I mentioned this on my Patreon video. I don't know, maybe I mentioned it on the Japanese video as well, but Japan and what was another? Singapore and like Southeast Asia, Asian countries, and their knitting aesthetic is beautiful. It's varied and diverse, but it's also very, like I said in that video, very clean, very intentional, just beautiful. You guys, I can't not look at this because this is probably one of the most amazing things I've seen. What? Are you kidding me? That's knit? What is that? Knitting. What yarn is that? Wow, it's that teddy bear kind of yarn. This is like a boucle yarn. Teddy deer. What? What a gorgeous use of a boucle yarn. That is incredible. Can you imagine how much a jacket like that would cost if you purchased it at the store? I mean, how much it would cost just to make it, but whoever made that is stunning. Holy smokes, the winter chunky jacket is a top-down construction. You begin by knitting the... Hold on. Okay, we don't need to go into all the details. I want to look at more countries, but this is gorgeous. This is called the Winter Chunky Jacket by Gray Level Knitter. This knitter or this designer is based in Korea. Wow. Okay, that is incredible. Oh, hold on. Go back. I'm going to save this. Do I have like an outerwear? I have so many... do I have outerwear? Jeez, alphabetical order, Taylor. Outdoorsy. I'll just put that in outdoorsy. I can't. That is incredible. Okay, keeping up to Korea. This vibe that you get here is very similar to like a Scandinavian vibe. You get a lot of these really lovely traditional looking sweaters. Some have a little bit more of a modern vibe, but everything is very feminine. I'm seeing lots of very feminine patterns here. A focus on comfy items, things that are maybe a little oversized. I saw this when I was doing this on the Patreon video, and I thought this was lovely. Look at this classic, and there's actually a picture of her wearing it. Look at how cute this whole thing, like just what a classic cabled like Aran style jumper. I love the shape. I love the oversized fit. Look at this vest. Just such a classy style. Are those Yorkies? Everyone has a dog but me vest. Ugh, I love it. Okay, so those of you that, you see like the little shawlettes or scarfy things that are coming out of like petite knit and all of that. Well, Sedna Yang has one and it's absolutely stunning. Like, hello, gorgeous. If you want to knit one, but you want to try to knit something a little different, try this one, the Candy Floss scarf. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so this is Korea. What is that? Camellia Garden? What even? All right. Loving that. Loving the whole, like, look at this. Korea. They know what's up. They know what's up. They know how to design amazing garments. Things you want to wear. Okay, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. All right, let's do another one. Is this inspiring you to go down this rabbit hole? I hope so. What do we have? El Salvador. All right, I'm ready. El Salvador. Nope, not England. El Salvador. We have 46 matches. I just love it when the vibe changes from country to country. I love it. So cool. What is those? Ooh, what a cute knitted t-shirt. Love it. Love the color. Ooh, look at these sleeves. Wow. Hello. Loving that sleeve construction. This is really lovely. I'm not a huge fan of the neckline. It looks like it's a reversible neckline. That could be very easily modified by adding some short rows to the back of the neck. But I will tell you what's winning the day with this design is this amazing sleeve construction. You can't really see it here. This is the best. That. Okay, I love that. The knitted tee. I'm adding this to my favorites. I do have a t-shirt. I have a t-shirt bundle. Okay, going back. Love that. Lots of like cooler or warm weather items. Some crochet, some toys. Cool. Gotcha. Look at the color. Just like what gorgeous color. Ooh, fun scrappy project. That's actually really cute. That's a cool look. I like that. The Liblings tank. That's fun. Okay, going back. This one's also cool. This is the same designer. Oh, and that's another thing too, is when you have real limited number of results, right? You're probably going to notice a lot of these are coming from the same designer. We have Andrea Chang, Kylie Montesino, Elsie Michon, Liliana Guillen, Rocio Pineda. So when you have few results, you will notice that a lot of these results are coming from a smaller number of designers. There's not as much variety in designer. So it's, just something to take note of, I guess. Okay, let's do 2 more. Ecuador. Cool. Countries that you don't necessarily think about when you think about looking for knitting patterns. Ecuador, 46 matches. Cool. Whoa, what is that? Look at that. Wow. Okay. Little toys, little amigurumi. Whoa, cool. A felted model horse saddle. Oh, it's a saddle blanket. That's cool. Ooh. That's beautiful. Different. Okay. Oh my gosh. Perito Schnauzer. My goodness. My brother and sister-in-law have a little Schnauzer just like this, and her name is Ziggy. And this just looks like Ziggy. Holy smoly. Most of what I'm seeing here is just amigurumi, some garments, very limited. Okay, let's do another one. One more. Go back here. Let's see what we got. Canada. This one, I chuckle because it's Canada. You're going to get a lot of variety coming out of Canada because it's one of the more prevalent countries featured on Ravelry. Plus, it's a lot of cold weather up in Canada. So we kind of can expect what we're going to when we're going to get from Canada. Why am I? Okay, there it is. Canada. 76,463 matches. You can see probably tons of variety here. So you're going to see familiar designers that we know of and love coming out of Canada. It's so interesting because we've looked at some pretty, countries that are not ones we typically see on Ravelry. So to see the difference in vibe and aesthetic is really kind of cool. This is very familiar, right? If you go on Ravelry and you browse, this is a familiar set of search results that we see. Lots of socks, lots of cold weather items, lots of woodsy looking things, very Canadian or, North American in general, which is cool. But it's just very different based on like what we get from Malaysia or Ecuador, right? Or Montenegro, where there's far fewer designers and the style is going to be so much different. Loving that. Oh, Maxim. This is really pretty. I know whenever I click on the things that capture my attention a lot of the time are these like real classic, low, not a lot of detail. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with these little gnomes though. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then, so this is what the search results look like from Canada. I love these socks, these little pom-poms on the back. So we're going to go ahead and stop it there. I wanted to share this with you, like I said, because I feel like it's a really fun way to explore what is available to you on Ravelry. And you can continue to filter all of that down. So once you've filtered by country, you can filter it down further by, type of item, by language, by craft, whether it's knitting and crochet, all of that can continue to be filtered down. But at least if you start by filtering it by country, you know that your results are going to come from that particular country, and you'll be able to see what kinds of influences are coming out of the knitwear design world of that country. Of course, this is a very small glimpse into that because we don't know who's using Ravelry and what access they have to Ravelry. That's definitely going to be a big factor in how many people you see represented, or I don't even know if like represented is the right word, but just available to you on Ravelry. But isn't it kind of fun to go down that rabbit hole and see the variation out there and to kind of get out of the box a little bit? Because Ravelry, any algorithm-based platform, is going to put you in a box. And you have to acknowledge that, especially when it comes to providing you with things that are supposed to inspire you to do or feel a certain way. I don't mean to be lecturing you on like a bigger picture here, but it is the same with Ravelry. Like, it's going to put you in the hot right now trending box. That's what it's going to automatically give you. So unless you actively filter out your search results to like meet your needs or to provide the inspiration you're hoping for, it's not going to do that for you, right? Like, you're not going to have Ravelry give you in the top 30 patterns anything from Ecuador unless it happens to be trending, or you're going to be hard pressed to find things from Montenegro because there's so few designers coming out of Montenegro. But, and I mean, you can do with this how you will, but it's nice to know that you can have this additional level of control over your search results, especially if you're going down a cultural rabbit hole like I am right now with this Japanese like obsession I have, which sounds kind of dumb, but I'm just very interested in like the Japanese culture and all of that right now. So if that's the case, if you're interested in a culture from a particular region of the world and you want to include knitting in that, what better way than to see what kind of knitting is coming out of some of these countries. So that's why I wanted to share that. Just something fun, something a little bit different. Drop down in the comments if you are finding some fun patterns from places that are, not as available or not in front of people as much as some of the others. Let us know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and other really interesting ways that you have used the Ravelry filter option to help broaden your scope on Ravelry. It's really important to do that. I don't know. I think it's really important. And then also in the comment section of that last video, just to drop this here, somebody had recommended, if I'm going down a Japanese rabbit hole right now, they recommended sashiko, which is a form of traditional Japanese embroidery. And you guys, I'm just letting you know now, I may or may not have tumbled down that rabbit hole. That's all I'm going to say. Keep posted. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you took some inspiration from this. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Head over to Patreon if you would like to see additional content. I post after shows for these episodes where I talk a little bit more about things like this and just, I don't know, just a little bit more casual hangout. This is pretty casual though, but there will be an after show for this episode too. So if you'd like to see some more content, head over to Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel. It means so much to me. And there's sure to be a community over there and things that continue to inspire you. Until I see you in the next video, happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever it is that you're doing. Take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, so this microphone is going to just be in front of my face, at least for this next episode. We'll see how this goes, but it makes adjusting my volume a lot easier. But now that we're going to have a microphone here, I kind of want to put some stickers on it. I don't know where if I'm even going to be sharing what I'm doing right now, but I want to put some stickers. You're going to have to pardon the crinkling. Sorry. I have like Dungeons and Dragons stickers and I have book related stickers. There's a Dungeons and Dragons sticker in here that I really like. Let's look, let's see. There was one that had like this very vintage book cover. I don't know what it is. Oh, what's this one? It's kind of naughty, right? I put that one just like right there. Fair maiden being taken away by a lizard monster thing. No, that one's fine. Let's see. But I'm doing it anyway. And I don't have any knitting ones. This one's kind of cool. Save your brain. Read. Like right there. That's cool. Great right now. There's this one that's kind of cute. You know what? That one's actually... I don't mind that one so much, to be honest. There, I got a sticker on there. I think it's the art style more than like the content of the image, right? It's just the art style is kind of cool. There. Alright, that's enough for now. I gotta get better stickers. These are all just like random stickers. I gotta get better stickers. Oh, whatever. Okay. Now this way, I'm hoping it's not too loud now that the microphone's like right here. We shall see.